Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. So, this is about riding any animals. So, not just horses, but any animals. Now, people say, well, I would love to ride a horse, or, it's a mutual benefit, or it's maybe necessary, when we're going through a desert or going through to the up to the Himalayan mountains somewhere. So, it's really necessary to be riding these animals, or it's necessary for them to carry food or equipment or anything else. It's necessary. Well, I've seen many people just being indifferent to animals, riding animals, maybe horses or dogs or camels or donkeys or any animal for that matter. I've even seen vegans riding and justifying riding elephants. And people think, oh, it's a mutual benefit. We're taking care of the animals. First of all, we have no right to ride them at all. We have no right to use these animals, to see them as property. So, what that means is that you have to care for them, not to, if they say, ride me, if they actually say it, then you have to answer them back. Why? Why? I don't think they would ever do that to begin with. But whenever we ride on animals, we do so mainly for one reason, for pleasure. And it's not pleasure for the animals because we have to break these animals. That's what they call them. We have to break these animals. We have to break their spirits, break them away from their families, because usually that's what it is. Usually we rip them apart from their families and their friends, and we use them, and we do all sorts of horrible things to them, putting metal bits in their mouth, doing all sorts of things that really harms them. And we don't realize the implications to that. The implications of a simple little thing like riding them. Because people are not intelligent. They can't make the connections. Because intelligence is the ability to make connections. Therefore, we're not intelligent at all. And so the whole idea is to stop seeing other beings as property, to stop see them as things that we can use for anything we want. Because anytime we do that, we have to break them down. We have to that's the whole thing. We have to enslave them. Once we enslave animals, animals do not retaliate. So let's realize that once we see other beings as property, we also we also they lose their purpose. We get we take away their purpose, and therefore our purposes are taken away. We really don't know what our purpose is in this life because we take away theirs. They want to live free lives without interference, domination, and harm from human beings. They want to be our friends. They don't want us to dominate and to use them and to exploit them. Anytime we use animals for anything, there's always some harm that comes to us. We might not understand that or realize it because we're not intelligent. We can't make those connections, those vital connections. And a lot of times, I can't really explain it well, But once we see the bigger picture, once we start to connect all the dots, we start to realize, wow, these animals are really suffering. And then as a result, we suffer. It doesn't stop there. If we harm others, if others are suffering because of our actions, it doesn't stop there. It comes back to us many times over. We actually suffer more. And it's a tragedy that these things happen. But it's true. We're all interconnected. The energy is the same as the energy there. And it affects one another. The energy in me affects the horse or the camel or the elephant or any animal for that matter. And that's why animals must be free. Animals must be free. Stop using animals. Stop seeing them as property, because they're not property. We don't have a right to use them for anything in any way we please. And I've heard all the justifications. For example, there's a vegan, I'm not going to mention names, but they were using horses, or at least they were allowing the use of horses for carrying food. What? I mean, a vegan using horses to carry food? I don't believe it. So that part of them doesn't understand why it is morally unethical to do so. And so we have to realize that anytime we use animals, anytime we see them as an object to be used, anytime we see them as a lower form of life than us, I mean, we're equal in a sense. We have the right to live free lives without any interference, any domination from other beings. So that is why precisely we should not be seeing animals as property, why we should not be riding them. Anything for that matter. Let's stop this, please. Let's just respect life. Let's cause the least amount of harm, if possible, no harm. So let's do that. Let's see these magnificent creatures running and roaming freely and helping in any way that we can to liberate them. All animals. Be vegan. Vegan means to not use animals, to not see them as property, to feel compassion and love for all life. So I want to thank you for joining me here today. I'm Michael Landfield. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it around with all your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to my email newsletter as well. Get my books so I can continue creating these videos and sharing them with you. Yeah, so why vegans never ride horses? Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.